Santa Cruz Bicycle stands for innovation and quality. Our goal is to deliver the most technologically advanced, customizable bike in the shortest period of time, while maintaining the highest degree of quality and craftsmanship.
I love creating things and designing, and when I'm just working on a new project, I'll have a whole stack of paper in front of me or a notebook, and I can't sleep a lot of nights because I can't get the ideas out of my head.
As we come up with ideas, we'll just call each other in and say, you know, what do you think of this or what do you think of that? And a lot of times we'll say, well, I think you're crazy, but go with it, you know.
I want this product that I'm making to be the best thing there is. I mean, this is going to be my new bike.
We love bikes, we love improving cycling for ourselves, and then when we think we have something that really works, it's really a joy to get the first ones out there and see the reaction of the magazines and then the riders and the people in the shops. They give us great feedback, and that's one way of being paid. It's really enjoyable.
The most enjoyable part of my job is seeing cyclists just completely excited when they ride something that I've designed. That's the ultimate.
We've been innovating mountain bike technology since the mid-1990s, and that experience shows in our advanced designs.
I started working on the Blur about a little more than 2 years ago. It is probably the most complicated bike that there is on the planet at this point.
My job is to take the designs that Joe and Dave create and actually bring them to physical form. And from there, through our research and development and testing protocols, we can then evolve it, subject it to evolutionary stresses.
We're usually ecstatic when there's a failure. You're looking to expose the weak points. And so now that it's exposed, it's time to come back and take a look at how we can make it better. Failures are great.
Payoff for the customer is that they're not really serving as the guinea pig for testing whether or not our designs are correct. We'd rather be the ones to sort out the bugs, make the mistakes on our watch, on our dollar.
When you first start shopping for a bike, you're going to notice it's a lot easier than usual to find all the information you need, and that there are a lot more options than usual. You can go through a tremendous number of variations and customize the bike for yourself. And for a lot of people, it's an expression of their individuality. They want a bike that's different than their friends, and they get a chance to go to great lengths to do that.
They can choose their frame, their color, their shocks, their components, try to create the price level that they're comfortable with, and you can't really do that with other bike brands.
The customization process is what makes things difficult. You can't offer all these different options and have them all in stock all the time. But we've got a pretty streamlined process to enable people to pick a different color, pick a different kit, and pick a different bike and a fork, and still be able to get them all to them in a pretty timely fashion.
So sometimes the customers do have to wait for the bikes, but something that you want this badly and it's a great product, it's worth waiting for.
First off, once you get hooked on the sport, you learn pretty quickly that the nicer the bike, the longer it's going to last, and it does allow you to do things that you haven't been able to do before. It's lighter and more durable. Usually you can corner better, you can ride a little faster.
That's one thing that this bike will do, is just eat up the bumps. You'll be going faster than you think you will be, and you don't want to overshoot the corners.
I've often been described with my riding style as being pretty reckless. When I'm racing downhill, I ask my bike to take all the hits and to land the jumps if I might land a little bit sideways, to not buck me off. For me, my style requires a lot of a bike, and the V10 has 10 inches of travel. It's got 4 inches of negative travel, so I know it's going to track well through holes and ruts, and I expect it to pedal well out of the turns. And I think that's the whole point of the virtual pivot point, is that it's not going to bob up and down. When I stand up to pedal, it's not going to rob me of energy and waste time.
Our customers can expect a product that gives you performance you haven't had, especially with the virtual pivot point suspension, climbing, descending. Just overall, the ride quality is enhanced. It's better than what you've previously ridden. We'll guarantee that, or we'll take the bike back if you're not happy. And we've never had one person ever send a bike back. So that speaks for itself. I think that's a pretty neat thing.